Yeah, no, it's like that time, Liam. You remember that time we went to? I forget what the entire circumstances were, but we were
at the
walking
liquor
to
store,
the liquor
Roz,
store.
we were at the liquor store, and you were levitating.
I was like, Liam, what's the opposite of coffee? How do I get that?
Alcohol. That's beer.
I was like, and I just flatly said heroin.
Yeah, that's a better answer. But because if you think about it this way,
and
what does coffee make you do?
Thought I was very funny.
It excites you and makes you shit yourself, right? Whereas
heroin
if you want something that,
up,
like, yeah, exactly, depresses you, makes you unable to shit yourself. Yeah,
cooking up an industrial grade slow fast.
Oh god. Instantly, immediately, I hope that they don't put age verification on watching this video as well, but just because we talked about coffee making us shit ourselves.
What's a slow fast?
Slow fast it's an old Tumblr post, really, but it's like somebody was like, I mixed like NyQuil and Dayquil
to
and
create
I was hoping
Quill.
it would make to create Quill, and it was and I don't remember exactly how they get to the punchline, but the punchline of the whole thing is it's slow fast, it feels incredibly bad, and it's just like the feeling of vibrating while you're also so tired that you can't think.
Yes. Yeah, so we already invented that. It was called a speedball.
The thing that killed George V?
That's also alcohol withdrawal. Yeah, kids, don't do that. Just keep drinking.
Oh.
Yeah, God damn it, Ross. Yeah, the DTs are not for me's. As someone who has drank so bad he's got the shakes before, you don't want that smoke. You don't want that mess.
Yeah, you gotta.
My 20s were a bad time. Ross was there.
Allegedly. I am the fabled occasional drinker, the social drinker, and I'm just back from having two gin and tonics.
Yeah.
2 gin and tonics.
Here's the thing, right? Because I'm on Manjaro, right? One of the things that does is it really compresses and destroys your ability to like consume food and alcohol. So I had a lovely time having my 2 gin and tonics at the pub with new people, making friends. Felt like I was getting a good grade in social interaction. Felt very garrulous, all of this.
Wow.
Came home, was like, I'm starving. I'm going to order myself a burger and be a real treat, right? And I had like sort of 2 bites of the burger, and I'm now currently in the vestibule of hell, the anteroom of hell, the place where you go where you know that at some point in the course of your work recording, the 2 gins and tonics, which are a lot when you don't weigh anything, and the sort of 2 bites of burger are going to really all catch up with you at once. So if I start groaning like I've just been punched in the solar plexus, that's
ignore
why.
her.
Yeah,
actually, don't ignore her. What we're going to do is I am on that Zemi, and they're switching me to Manjaro, or the other one whose name I can't recall right now, Zepbound.
Yeah,
I think they're putting me on that Jaro. And I have made like as I drank on antidepressants, so I shall drink on GLP-1s.
Watch out for that 7.5 milligrams. It's got hands.
And they're like, don't do that. And I'm just like, I can't hear you. I like Jameson too much.
No, listen. Let me explain to you something about drinking on Manjaro, right? The first time, because I am an occasional drinker, right? And so
the fabled secure drinker.
Yeah, I had been on it for a few months. The first time I had a drink,
because I was reading Secure Boot. Yes, go on.
If they don't want you to drink on that drug, they shouldn't make it sound like a delicious tropical cocktail.
That's true. Speaking of delicious tropical cocktails,
right? Okay, go ahead. Yes,
let me finish the fucking story. So I was in London. We had done a live show, and in the course of an evening, we went to a Mexican restaurant. London has a couple of good Mexican restaurants, and I was like, okay, I've done all my work. Fuck it, let's get lit, right? Let's have margaritas, and let's keep having margaritas. And let's do some good old fashioned British binge drinking, right? Let's just have a night to not remember. And I got to 3 margaritas, which is not a high number by sort of binge drinking standards. And then I got every single stage of drunkenness and hungover at the same time. It was like getting hit by a truck. I was having the fucking interstellar time compression where I was like, I'm still buzzed, I'm too drunk, I'm way too drunk, I'm sobering up, I am hungover, I'm really hungover in the same instant. And once you experience that, you will not want to drink a lot on Manjaro.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the castle of ignorance. And
God
I'm gonna
damn it. Okay.
go have a wonderful Manjaro with a slice of lime and salted
Roz,
lemon.
Roz,
Dipping my Manjaro in the waters of the Caribbean like Rihanna.
The next time you're over, I have a rum cocktail book, so I will be putting your ass to work.
Oh, you're making me make the cocktails from the type of liquor I refuse to drink. Yes.
Yeah, that's because you got too shitty on Captain Morgan when you were a freshman. That's not my fault.
It wasn't
God, that
Captain
brings back
Morgan.
memories.
It was worse than that.
me,
It was the.
What did you? What was it? Admiral Nelson? How bad are we talking?
What's like the one that's like 150 proof?
Oh,
151.
Ray and Nephew overproof or whatever.
Ray and Nephew, Bacardi 151. There's Gosling's 151.
I think it was Gosling 151 because it had the seal
super
on
dark
it.
Why would Ryan Gosling do this to you?
Yeah, no, it was. I got really
Turbo
fucked up.
blackout.
It was miserable. Yeah, exactly. That was not good.
My
not good.
moment where I drank too much all at once and I decided I couldn't drink that way again when I was 17. It was, I would say, almost all of a bottle of absolute raspberry vodka.
Oh, I love absolute raspberry.
You start feeling the flavor in a flavored vodka pretty quickly. It sticks around.
Mine is Magellan gin on
that feels
food poisoning. I've drank on food poisoning. Do not
drinking
do that.
an entire bottle of raspberry flavored Absolute feels like the most woman-coded thing you've ever done.
I was simultaneously a young woman and a young gay boy at that moment in my life, and both of those are demographics highly vulnerable to drinking too much flavored vodka and throwing up a color no one's seen before.
Oh yeah, vodka, the color of fear. When you dissolve the Skittles in the I got you. Yeah.
This reminds me of the menthol vodka at the street fight show.
Oh, don't remind me of the menthol vodka. And then I don't remember what happened after. I think we just went. Did we just go home or did we go to the bar?
No, we hung out and talked to Allison and June afterwards. That was when I met June.
That's right.
No, okay, November's drinking stories. I got one more before we start the podcast that we get paid to do, and we're here to record. Are we familiar with a drink called Advocat? Two A's in the end. Yes, you are.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
good.
we are.
You're familiar with
that.
the devil's eggnog.
Yes,
So
yes. Of course.
Please
proceed.
what if the kind of satanic Hollanders made an alcoholic custard? And what if you, at Christmas, decided to drink kind of too much of it and felt the kind of heaviness of that gastrically very intensely? It is a slime. It's an alcoholic slime. It climbs up the sides of the bottle to
in ways
try
that
to
have
attack
never been
you.
seen before.
It tastes really good for the first little bit.
I have learned so
made-
much about
Oh, go ahead,
various
Victoria.
fucked kinds of British liquor since like joining onto this show. It's crazy. I know what I'm doing next time I come to Scotland.
Yes.
I'm gonna have that, and then I'm gonna go.
Buckfast.
What was that? Buckfast.
That would
I'm
definitely
waiting
be
for-
an interesting like D&D villain or enemy or whatever you call it is a alcoholic slime. You know,
Oh,
he had stuck in the slime.
This is how we're all going to go out, is
You keep
getting
getting
subsumed in the gelatinous alcoholic slime.
Yeah, that's how Ross and I are going out at the very least. It's been good knowing
We
you,
should,
buddy.
you know what we should do? We should do a sync point. We should count
Well, I have
down.
one more
Yeah,
story.
we should do.
Let me tell you, I'm
okay.
doing Death Dog. We're gonna run it out.
Are these all going in the show?
No, we'll cut
Probably.
all of these out. They're 100% going in.
They're
Yeah.
going in. I'm trying not to creak my chair.
Tell
so
us
Devin
all the
doesn't-
most embarrassing things you've done when you were drunk.
Bombay Sapphire,
go in
you
the
son
show,
of a
don't worry.
bitch.
Oh, Bombay Sapphire.
I made Death Nog, which was Death Nog.
I remember the Death Nog.
Remember Death Nog? Yeah. Well, then it didn't do its job right. If you survived, I failed.
Yeah, no, the Death Nog did not kill me. No.
No, it
I
killed
think-
Joy.
I think
I think it killed Joe. I think it may have killed like a friend of the show, Aaron, last name redacted.
What the hell did you put in the nog?
It
What
was
kind
a
of
lot,
nog
like
is
a
this?
death. I put in Wild Turkey 101 and like a splash of Everclear.
Oh,
Yeah, that was some nog right there.
Yeah, you liked it, I think, for the first cup, and then I think, if I recall correctly, you refused to drink any more of it on ethical grounds.
Yeah, I switched to beer, which is what I do, so I don't, have liquor Liquor doesn't treat me very well.
No.
That's why I drink beer.
Bourbon treats you
beer,
all
which
right,
can never
historically.
harm you.
Yeah, beer is
my friend.
Cause of and solution to all my problems.
Yeah. All right, let's do a sync point.
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to do 3, 2, 1, Mark. 3, 2, 1, Mark. Okay. Hello, and welcome to Well, There's Your Problem. It's a podcast about engineering disasters with slides. I'm Justin Rosniak. I'm the person who's talking right now. My pronouns are he and him. Okay, go.
I am November Kelly. I'm the person who's talking right now. My pronouns are she and her. Yay, Liam.
Yay, Liam. As recently promoted assistant to the world's sleepiest boy, Justin Rosniak. Hi, I'm Liam McAnderson. My pronouns are he, him. And we have Jesus wept, man. Get a tissue. And,
we have a recurring guest host slash employee,
world
modern
champion.
Apprentice, world champion of podcast appearances.
Yeah, suck that shit, Gareth.
Hi, my name is Victoria Scott. My pronouns are she and her.
Perfect. Beautiful.
All right.
What else needs to be said?
So I guess we can all go home, right? Victoria.
Exactly.
I'm just going to tell more booze stories, and I'm just going to yell over you whenever you try and stop me. I enjoyed this guy on the sort of bridge here, phasing through existence. Yeah, I think we have. I think we formed a kind of hive mind here.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, this is just Mirage Block magic with the phasing. Yeah.
That's what the new popular television show is about, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Liam and I are pluribus now.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta watch that. I
haven't seen it.
God fucking do none of you keep up with your like responsibilities as content creators to stay abreast of American popular culture? I had to watch 18 billion seasons of Breaking Bad and pretend it was good just so people would think I was cool long enough to pay me $2 a month.
I'll die on that hill.
Look, I got a lot of things to work through. I'm not even finished with Columbo yet.
My wife and I are watching that, actually.
And he's on what season?
What
are you on season 2 of The Sopranos yet, Rods?
Oh, no, I actually got through all of The Sopranos, but the last few seasons were a blur.
The fun thing about watching Columbo with your wife is that you get to see my wife knows a lot about Columbo bits every time you mention.
It's delightful for that. It's also delightful because Columbo is like the consummate car guy, and there's a whole there's the like we just started season 2 and like the best episode that I've seen so far. A crucial part of like how he solves the mystery is he pays really close attention to this guy's Jaguar E-Type, and I'm just like, oh my god, he's just like me for real. Like I would absolutely be like, oh, it's a beautiful machine you got there. And also he drives like a Peugeot 503 convertible that apparently Peter Falk found on the Universal lot and was like, oh, that's cool, I'll make them pay to fix this up for the show. This will be his car. I was shocked because I couldn't identify it. I was like, what the hell is he driving? Anyway, it's great. One more thing, actually. Anyway,
one more thing, and it's the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, so about this photograph.
Yeah, you could buy some latrine boots and shoes, which sounds disgusting.
And I'm back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Like I said, if I crash several more times, I just need to get through my news item, and then that's all I care about, frankly.
Okay, sure.
That's totally fair.
Beautiful
welcome to the
handwriting.
Liam verse. Yes.
Yeah, this is part of my plan. Actually, I've targeted your apartment with bad internet, so I can usurp you and move up in the pronoun introduction order.
I prefer to go.
I want to say yay, Liam.
Hand to God, if it were up to me, I would just go last every time.
We can just do that. We don't have to do sort of complicated coups on it. Okay, we
have to do
okay.
coups.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's actually
coups all the way down, Nova.
Yeah, like a bunch of pigeons.
Sorry. That one really got me.
that was really cute. Yeah.
That really got me. I like that one.
Anyway, this is a picture of the city of Seattle, and
But that can't be true. I don't see any like trans ferry stickers in this.
this was when they were still importing the trans furries. This is 1889. They had just invented trans people. Furries would come out in 1905.
Remember when they assigned you a fursona on Ellis Island?
bunch of cat girls off the boat from Japan.
Anyway, the city shouldn't look like that. Or maybe it should.
There are some people who disagree. Yeah.
There's it was actually this is an episode about the Great Seattle Fire of 1889. This is immediately afterward, and it's pretty bad.
I gotta say, feeling pretty good about my decision to buy a latrine, boots, and shoes. Or I mean, the name is still disgusting, but the guy's still got like a hoarding up, which is, it shows get up and go on entrepreneurship.
Yeah, this is where my shop used to be. I'm still gonna sell shit here.
Yeah, exactly. What are they gonna do? Kick me out?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and actually, you can kind of see like this is for people who live in Seattle. This is all the street names kind of stayed the same, so like you can actually kind of recognize like that's West Seattle on the other side of the water there, and you can kind of like recognize sort of where this is.
I'm excited to be talking about this because
between Yesler and Columbia.
Yeah, I'm excited to be talking about this because on my other podcast, No Gods, No Mayors, we did Hiram Gill, mayor of Seattle, and I mentioned in passing that I was very struck by a line on his Wikipedia page which just says, "After the Great Fire of Seattle, reconfigured the city." So I'm excited to learn about the reconfiguration.
No, this was a major event. This was like right at the precipice of Seattle becoming an actual city. We'll get into it. I don't want to interrupt too long because we have to do something else first. I think
we have to do the goddamn news.
Yeah, so
this has been a pretty crazy news item recently. Yeah,
we have another reason to feel bad about the Grenfell episode thumbnail besides the big "Vote Labor" sticker on there, which is aged just terribly.
Just very poorly, yeah. I got to leave it there as a historical monument to our hubris.
Well, that was the original plan with Grenfell as well. Hong Kong appears to... maybe it's some kind of like former British colony kind of social contagion, I don't know, but Hong Kong has decided to outdo London by having a kind of mega Grenfell in Tai Po in the New Territories, where you had a bunch of apartment blocks, which there's like 9 of them built together and like 4 or 5 of them caught fire. And they have like the death toll is still climbing because as with Grenfell, you have a bunch of people who are just in the buildings dead that they haven't recovered yet and maybe just won't. But like it's minimum.
It was still burning for a couple days.
Yeah. This is really bad. They also had like a firefighter killed as well, which is like unusual even for these kind of like really terrible fires.
What seems to have happened as of this point is these buildings were under some kind of renovation. I'm not sure exactly what, but there was some kind of facade repairs being done. So they were covered in bamboo scaffolding, which in and of itself is okay, right? But they had some kind of low quality nylon fishnets around.
What?
Yeah. That there's this sort of netting around the bamboo scaffolding was just fishnet.
It should be fire resistant or sort of fire retardant. Whether or not it is, I mean, you can kind of see.
It turned out not, but as well, they were also when they were doing repairs around certain windows, you want to board it up so you don't break the window. Well, rather than using boards, they used some kind of expanded polystyrene foam, just styrofoam, right? That's pretty flammable, very, very flammable. Turns out. Yeah.
As we kind of talked about on the Grenfell episode, that kind of like like foam insulation can be extremely flammable. There's also a political angle to this, right? In that, so bamboo scaffolding is like, it's fine. It is not a well-regulated industry. It's quite a corrupt one in Hong Kong, but it's also one that only really persists in Hong Kong.
My understanding is one of the contributing factors here is that Hong Kong doesn't have a fire code. It has 3 fire codes because it's a special economic zone. So you can use the Chinese fire code, you can use the European fire code, or you can use NFPA, the American fire code. So obviously, like,
one country, 3 systems.
Your inspectors are definitely overloaded.
yeah, absolutely. But also there's so like the supply of this bamboo scaffolding and the sort of like assembly and maintenance of it is the province of like a handful of specialists, which leads to a kind of quite it's like monopsony, I think you would call it, right? Like it's quite a sort of cozy relationship. Right. But that's political too, in the sense that mainland China uses like all steel scaffolding, right? And there is a kind of push on behalf of the sort of like Beijing allied politicians to modernize and to use like steel scaffolding. Conversely, if you are a sort of like Hong Kong independence or Hong Kong nationalist sort of supporter, then this is a sort of like a Hong Kong tradition that should be preserved. And so there's a lot of incentive on the one hand to put the blame on the scaffolding. Equally, there's a lot of incentive to be like putting the blame on the scaffolding is Chinese propaganda, right? So I think what we really needed was not just Grenfell in more buildings, but Grenfell in more buildings with a kind of really tense political sort of discord over it.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely like, and just from, I don't know, from where I'm standing, I'm kind of like, yeah, it's probably that, polystyrene foam they were using to board up the windows. That was probably the big thing here that caused like apartments to catch fire and stuff. But I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. How this all works out. I don't know. Maybe China finds an excuse to like eat Hong Kong over this. I don't know.
I mean, that's already happened. Basically, is the thing. Yeah. Like, there are elections coming up, but they're going to be like entirely controlled in that sense. Like anybody who is a big kind of democracy supporter is now in Britain, right? Like, or in Chinese prison. So. That's not really the kind of thing that's going to be downstream of this. What's going to be downstream of this is like it might fuck up the career of the current like chief executive. What is interesting is that unlike Grenfell, we had arrests very quickly. And that is one kind of I will frankly say superiority of the Chinese political system is, okay, we're still not going to do anything, and like all of the kind of corruption might stick around and the stuff will still happen, but you will get some scapegoats. Whereas in Britain, everybody is too important to scapegoats, apparently.
Yeah, all these things, they just happen. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, it's like there'll be a fucking inquiry, and like in 10 years' time, somebody who like died 5 years ago might get a kind of like official frowny face.
Xbox. Xbox. No games, though.
Yeah, as opposed to 14 people who've been arrested.
Right. Victoria and Nova, can you do me a huge favor? Can you kill your videos? Because I am dying. Yeah, sure. Like I'm crashing every minute 15.
But I don't know if it's a video. So good.
You look wonderful. I don't know if it's a video issue. I'm really sorry for interrupting you. Please go on.
It's completely fine. I was coming to the end of my point anyway, which is shit's bad, but I do feel like when something like this happens and your name is on it, you probably should get arrested. And I don't say that in a like you should get killed sort of way, but like that's arguably something attendant to the seriousness of an investigation.
I'll buy that.
I do think if a positive thing comes out of this, it's maybe Hong Kong can slim down to 1 fire code as opposed to 3.
That would be progress. Yes.
Yeah.
What a colonial legacy we, the United Kingdom, have left there.
Yeah, it's like we can just cause confusion and delay here.
Did you explain the 3 fire code things already? Because I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so
I was dropping out and dropping in. I'm really
different countries have different fire codes, and that's okay, as Matty Iglesias said.
And Hong Kong is different countries in a very real sense.
Yeah, because of just the legacy of colonialism, Hong Kong is, you can use the European fire code, you can use the Chinese fire code, right? You can use the American fire code even.
What?
I'm not quite certain how that got in there, but it did somehow. So if you are, someone like a fire chief over there, of course, you're going to be completely overwhelmed because you got to know 3
right. That
whole
sounds
codes.
impossible. Right.
Yeah. I think it might not even be the European fire code. I think it's the British one, which is stricter and requires ludicrous amounts of fire extinguishers everywhere.
I mean, also the fact that this happened in the new territories, right? Like you're not looking at the the waterfront burning down, right? You're looking at a sort of subsidized government housing thing that was especially very elderly residents as well, which is one of the reasons why I think the death toll is going to be so high. So as ever, it is like there are structural reasons why the people who die in this sort of thing tend to be poorer and older.
Yes.
Yep.
So the 5 towers got set on fire from one little fire. There's a video of the original fire catching, actually. Just a little thing goes up instantly. My God.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like once you see anything like that, you do get why. Because sometimes fire brigades are kind of victims of their own success in fire prevention, where it's where people aren't scared of fires perhaps as much as they should be. And then you see how quickly an entire building can take light, and it's like, oh yeah, this is why this has been sort of like a key emergency service since Roman times.
Yes. We'll talk about fire brigades in history later.
Good. All right, jarring shift in tone.
Yeah. In other news.
Happy anniversary, Liam.
Happy anniversary to Liam and Corinne.
Thank you. All right, moving swiftly on.
Is that it? Is that all you want? Or do you just feel bad about the proximity there? 150 people plus died. Happy anniversary, by the way.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
I kind of wanted to go first, but then I felt like that would have been even more.
Well, then it's kind of worse, right? Because
that's
then
what
it's
I would say.
Happy anniversary, many happy returns, infinite happy years together. Unlike about 150 people.
Well, she'll never listen to this, but I adore you, sweetheart. So all right, great.
As my wife will vouch for, never listening to your partner's podcast is by far the healthier decision.
She does technically listen to it when forced to, i.e. when she has to work the live shows.
It's unethical to do that.
Yeah. I was debating getting her earplugs as a yuck. Oh, Roz, I forgot to tell you, I got you a present for the live shows.
Oh.
Do you want to know what it is, or do you want me to?
Is it a 12-foot paint roller?
No, it's an 8.2-foot pointer, extendable.
Ooh. First live shows with a pointer that works.
But the pointers worked on the other live shows. I just had to tape them together.
It's like a fishing rod.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We should talk about the live shows.
Yeah, that was the goddamn news. Speaking of the live shows.
The live shows. We're not allowed to threaten you as much because we don't want to get the video.
YouTube doesn't like when we actively do death threats against the audience.
Okay,
so
I'm changing tack here.
Don't do that.
I am imploring you. Please come to the live shows.
Beseeching you.
Yeah. You will be the sexiest listener, and
I think that probably might also get us age restricted.
You're going to get us age restricted for another reason. Yeah.
Cutest listener.
Oh heavens! Please come to the live shows.
We are going to maintain on both ends an appropriate listener-creator relationship with you. Mm-hmm. If you come to the live shows, and also if you don't, but please come to the live shows. When are the
Yes.
live shows? I'm hearing you ask. December 14th and 15th. Where are the
Yes.
live shows? I hear
The
you
live
ask.
shows are at the Spaghetti Warehouse.
You gotta
which is
start
now-
saying
it's
Union
not
Transfer.
called
It's
that
now
anymore.
called
It's
Union
called
Transfer.
It's
Yeah.
What are
called
the live
Zimbabwe
shows
now.
about? That's
Shut
for
up.
us to know and for you to find out.
That's right.
Yes.
Please come to the thing. Will I be able to buy merch at the live shows?
Oh,
Yes,
like
you
you
will.
wouldn't believe, motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, amazing.
We have so much
amazing
merch, which is
merchandise.
another
Sep-
reason why it's important for you to come to the live shows.
we will
where the
separate
real
you
money
from your
from the
money
podcast is made.
so well. I will say, honestly, it is. But we have high vis, we have signs, we have beanies, we have a limited run of holiday themed crew necks.
I'm so excited to get a care package of all of this stuff, which
4
you
to
remember
6
to send
months.
me, like 4 to 6 months later.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be ready in time for next Christmas.
Isn't Gwen coming to the United States?
Gwen is currently in the United States, so I'm sorry to say that you'll be missing my wife. Otherwise, I would send you my wife to help.
Yeah, I was about to say we could send some shit back with her, but I guess not.
It wouldn't even be the first time that she's stood in for me at a live show. She played me at the opening of a Kill James Bond show once, so this
That's
may be more
very
plausible.
good.
Yeah, no, it was a good bit. Sadly, the live show, it will be Gwenless, but don't not come just on the basis of that.
Right.
You know,
No, you should
because
come
we
to
will-
the live show.
we
It'll
will
be a
do
lot
fun.
of
Go to the
fun.
live
We're
show.
very
we
excited.
will do one in Europe. We will fucking do one in Europe. Okay, stop
Yes.
yelling at us.
Yeah, or Maine, or someone told us to come to Mexico. Which, brother, you tell me what town, and we'll be there.
I would love to go to
Oh,
Mexico
oh,
for a
yeah.
live show. Yeah.
Coatzacoalcos?
Yeah, we're gonna live and see you down Juarez. It's well, there's your problem.
We are going to get assassinated by the Mexican Navy
No, we're
for
not.
your listening pleasure. No, we did squash the beef. with the Mexican
Personally
Navy.
shot in the back of the head by Claudia Scheinbaum. Yeah.
It's no more than we deserve.
Yeah, that actually does track. Right.
Yeah.
Links
the
in
other
the
thing-
description.
the links in the description. I'm also reiterating my plea. If you ever want November to come to America to do a show,
Yes.
she needs an O1 visa, which
do.
is difficult to get. But one of the big parts of that is we need press. If you are a journalist, please write some articles about us.
Nice ones, please.
Exactly.
we'll
do
take
you-
bad ones too.
Do you work for I don't know.
Accredited media agency.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you work for I can't even think of a
Reuters.
Al
newspaper.
Jazeera.
Oh,
Al
yeah.
Do you work
Jazeera,
for The
US?
National?
Do you work for Russia
Millennium
Today?
Post.
Commerçant? Do you work for Press TV?
France 24.
Does
Do
the
you work for
Epoch
Deutsche
Times
Welle?
count?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you write for any of these, write about us, profile us, please. It helps.
We want to be featured in the Arlington Catholic Herald. Anyway.
Roz, you could probably just ask your mom, and you would be featured in the Arlington Catholic Herald.
She's a Protestant.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we're going to be in the Arlington
dad's
Protestant Herald.
Oh no, we don't want
God,
that. No,
no.
nope. Take that one back. You
No,
put
it
that
would
back
have
in
to
the
be
box
the-
where it came from.
It would have to be the newsletter for crap. What's the one at Lexington Presbyterian? Right.
Oh, that's
yeah.
not so bad.
The
Yeah.
Lexington Presbyterian Herald?
I don't know if they have their own. They got a newsletter. They must
Yeah,
have a
but-
newsletter.
Yeah, for
right?
some reason the newsletter is called Sexy Lexi Prods.
Yeah, but
you know.
put us in your newspaper, put us in your newsletter, put us in your blog post, put us in your Substack about how
Put us-
your girlfriend cheated on you with RFK Jr. Whatever
you
it
beat
is.
me to it. Damn.
Yeah. Put us
I think we
in.
did
We
that
want to
same
be
bit last time.
featured in the Rockbridge County News Gazette.
Oh hell yeah. Just us. We could do like a Ken Burns montage of pictures of us over Jump Mountain Blues.
I mean, here's the
Yeah.
thing, right? If you wanted us to be like profiled in the press, and if you wanted me to be profiled in the press specifically, all I have to do is do something really transsexual, like try to use the women's changing room at the hospital where I work, and the British press will write thousands of words about me. So,
What if you gave a bad essay a 0?
ooh, yeah, I
Oh,
might do
God.
that. I might do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Infinite War Just War on the University of Oklahoma.
Thinking
Yeah,
about-
if I go into that, I'll definitely get us age restricted again.
Yeah, I'm gonna get real clever now. Just War on the University of Oklahoma.
Just a peaceful transfer of power at the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
We hope they have a nice time.
Yeah, we do.
No threats of violence here.
Can you say those words in that order? Or are we
I
going to
don't
get
know.
restricted for that?
I think we're fine. And if
I
we're
guess
not
we're gonna
fine,
find
then
out.
we live and learn.
Then I
Yeah.
continue my winning streak.
Well, we don't learn because YouTube doesn't tell you why you were restricted.
They should really do that.
YouTube is a vast and infinite monster that I do not understand.
Maybe
And
we
Spotify is
need
just
to
like,
get on like.
hey, do you guys want to read the comments? I'm like, no, Spotify, I don't. They're like, hey, do you want to read the comments? I'm like, hey, no, Spotify, I don't.
maybe we should get on like fucking Vimeo
Rumble?
or like Daily Motion.
Oh, we should get
or,
we should get on Floob. It's all on
it's
Floob.
literally on
Oh,
Floob.
Floob.
It's literally
Posting
on Floob.
every episode in like a series of 275 consecutive minute-and-a-half long TikToks.
Okay, so here's the thing, Victoria. You don't have access to There's Your Problem inbox, but I sure do.
No, I do not. I don't want that.
The
We
madness fire hose.
Have you seen the emails that are like, we could make your content into YouTube Shorts and or TikToks because you're not getting enough?
I don't check those.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
why?
Yeah.
I
don't read
specifically don't remember the Patreon login, so I don't read the comments to make myself feel bad. When I want to make myself feel bad, 3 a.m, I'm on the YouTube comments sorting newest first, looking for the motherfucker who's like, who's this guy? And I'm like, then I switch accounts and I go, kill that motherfucker right now.
No,
You have to bleep that bit.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You know,
Just cut all of that out, mostly.
Just bleep and bleep. Well, I was gonna bleep motherfucker while we're here, but I also sort newest, and I'm just like, oh, my enemies list grows longer by the day. I see.
I did short form video for an automotive publication for about 3 months. Went directly to a psych ward, resumed doing it for 6 months, and then quit my career.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And There's Your Problem Make Work program.
Yeah, I remember
thrilled to
texting you
have
in
you.
the psych ward, quite concerned. And what I should have done really has been like, do you want to come on my fuck ass podcast?
Your listeners are much nicer to me than the subscribers to a large automotive outlet's Instagram videos.
In fairness, being on Instagram is a sign of a decayed soul.
Being a car enthusiast on Instagram is like 2 strikes already.
It's like,
Or
oh,
like
I wish
the
I
death
could own
penalty.
that one.
Oh
whatever.
boy, look at
Cool.
this AI concept Maybach that should result in us declaring World War III against Germany.
yeah. Well, you know, one of these times we got to strike first.
Yeah, it's crazy that Mercedes just made the Hitler car and just announced it with like the red banners and just Google like latest Mercedes concept, you'll find it. You know what I mean? Anyway, live shows.
Live
Please.
shows. Come to the live shows. Okay. Well, those were the announcements. Announcements.
I don't participate in this. I boycott this like the Soviets at the Olympics. All right, 2 hours in, we're ready to talk about what the fuck is a Seattle.
Yeah, that's right. So, about an hour and 30 minutes of death threats cut out already.
we're really chewing through these, man.
So to explain what the Seattle Fire is, we have to explain what Seattle is. This is a topographical map of what is now known as the city of Seattle.
This is a heat map of polycules.
Actually, it does map fairly closely.
Good lord.
Transgender density.
It's a good thing y'all have the high ground, you know. For the,
when the invaders come,
civil,
yes.
Yeah. The civil conflict who come.
Yes, it's a glacially carved fjord. It's like one of the only parts of America where we have like honest to God fjords. And so it was under about 3,000 feet of ice 15 to 20,000 years ago. There's been humans here for like 4,000 years. In the 1850s, when like white people started showing up, there were at least 17 Duwamish settlements alone, just like around the Puget Sound. So it's been like inhabited for ages. The original parties to come settle it show up in 1851, and they settle in what is now called Elkey Point in West Seattle, which is,
Oh, right. You can
to the
see it
west there.
on the map, right in the bottom
Yeah.
left. Yeah. It's the big sort of protuberance out. Yeah.
So they set up there and they stay there for a winter, and then they realize that the winter weather just sucks out there, and the tides are really intense.
Point in a fjord. Terrible idea.
Yeah, and they're like, this is not going to work. This is a terrible idea. So Arthur Denny, who was the original settler, there's like a Denny Way in Seattle and a bunch of buildings named for him. He was like one of the 6 rich
the guy who invented the Grand Slam. Yeah.
Yeah, the concept of getting breakfast drunk off your ass at 3 a.m., that comes from him.
Wow, what a city.
This is the problem. You needed Norwegians for this type of terrain, and I have no idea what kind of white ethnics these were.
I don't know. We do actually have an enormous like Scandinavian population here. Including within my own polycule.
Pining for the fjords.
I do pine for the fjords.
I realize, not to make me sound like I'm better than you, but I realize I've never really thought about the like individually ethnic composition of my polycule. I haven't really I'm not making everybody do the sort of calipers before I start dating them.
Terrific. I mean, it's well done.
No Slavs in my polycule.
Oh, jeez, come on, man.
It only comes up because my girlfriend really wants a sob,
Yeah,
I really want a sob according to my heritage, I have the sub haplogroups.
It's made in
doing
by
shit, but just for the kind of car you want. Like that's actually how auto reviews work. Is they're like, well, actually,
sponsored by Mercedes.
Oh, God.
I gotta watch out for the German polycules.
You gotta watch out for the Germans. You can stop that sentence right there.
Yeah, that's true.
World War III, book it, folks.
I don't know, German polycules. Maybe I'll go to Berlin.
Very orderly.
On the other hand, do not ask the German polycule what they think about Palestine.
Don't ask them about what they think about the Polish polycule either.
Don't talk to me about the Polish polycule.
You want to elaborate on that further?
No, I don't.
All right.
No one does actually.
Hey, remember those 2 weeks when I was learning Polish?
Nope.
Me either.
Oh dear.
Well, they're still working on changing that light bulb.
Don't belittle your own people. Belittle other people. That's the important bit of humanity. We're on a level playing field of suck in our polycules. I don't know. I'm monogamous. I got nothing for this bit. I just got nothing. I'm just like, yeah, my wife's cute. You're
in a monocule.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had a monocle. I would look tight in a monocle. That rule.
Oh yeah,
that could be your next gift for the next.
So you got to go to the German polycule for that.
I'm not going to any Germans. I don't like Germans. I don't trust Germans. I have made this very clear, abundantly clear. I know we have German listeners and fans. And to that, I say, the nuke is coming.
doing the live show in Germany, but it's just we have a big banner behind us that says Morgenthau plan now.
Well, there's your problem. March on Berlin.
I mean, genuinely, I would love to do this, and I would love to get a German guest for this. So, shout out in the fucking email or whatever. I would love to do a bonus episode where the problem is Germany.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
I also look forward to the oft-awaited bonus episode, Our Dads, where it's just our dads roasting us. But I think Ross's dad would be too mean. I think my dad would just be incoherent. He'd be like, my son is great. Now let me talk to you about Mao. Get my charts. And then he would tell my mom that Mao had to break a few eggs. She'd call him a mass murderer, and they just get in an argument again.
I genuinely don't know what my dad thinks about Mao.
Ask him.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Let me know. You were saying before I derailed and ruined everything.
Oh. Yeah. I think I was talking about
Seattle. Denny's.
Nordstrom. I don't know. What else is there? The Kraken.
Yeah.
Seahawks.
We've got a women's hockey team now. They just set the all-time.
They're so good.
they just set an all-time attendance record for women's hockey in America at their first game.
Wow.
Because this city is like 35% lesbians. It's incredible.
I need to go to there.
Bring back the Sonics.
I need to go to Philadelphia and I need to go to Seattle. These are my priorities.
I have my future sister-in-law is from Whidbey Island, Washington. So Claire, if you're listening, go crack and hello.
I do really need to go to Philly. That is actually true.
We'd love to have you. We have a guest room.
Sweet. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll record the next one live from your guest room. Anyway, yeah, Seattle is like full of fjords and lesbians. So why is this important to know? All right, I remember right now. Arthur Denny, after inventing the Grand Slam and drunken breakfast at 3 a.m., sets up. They set up their new encampment in what is now the middle of Seattle in what is called Pioneer Square, like right there where all the ferries come out of. Sort of at the foot of those hills. Now you'll notice that all of the land due south of that is very low on this topo map. It's like almost directly at sea level.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
That is because that is the mouth of the Duwamish River, which was just like low lying, like tidal mudflat basically. So that would all flood or get filled with the incoming tide or whatever, and it was pretty uncontrolled. Like it was very like basically where the green ends in the current topographical map was like the actual sort of edge of where it was no longer just tidal mudflat. That was actually land.
Right.
But because the city of Seattle was glacially carved, all of the dirt in the area is what's known as unsorted glacial till, which is basically just frozen mud that was left behind when the glaciers retreated. So it makes it really easy to kind of shift all of the land masses around and play like city skylines on like free roam mode with the topography. So that was like the first 70 years of the city was just messing around with that. What that means is
like city skylines topography stuff by hand. Bunch of guys with shovels.
Yeah, well, that's that they got a little bit more advanced with it later, but yeah, pretty much they were just like, yeah, we could just kind of like, this mud looks good. We can just add a little more mud if we need to. It's no big deal.
You know where this goes on the silt, sand, and clay chart?
No, I don't know. I am not a loam expert.
You don't know about? Yeah, no, I never understood that chart either.
As we've been clear on this podcast, we've spoken about before. We don't understand soil science, right? And
it was that was
tense.
I took that class 2 times and I got through it the second time with a D.
Yeah, well,
you just submit a paper at the end that just says dirt. And dirt is misspelled.
D-U-R-T.
Listen, the Bible says
backwards.
God created clay and loam. There's no such thing as sand.
God created the firmament. Right?
Getting 0 25 for this.
A Q, a second Q, a third Q, a fourth Q, and the Batman symbol. And somehow Roz got an A- in that class.
No, that was thermodynamics.
I'm gonna go get myself the gigantic sack of Hershey's Lauren brought me back from America.
Thermodynamics is the class I got an inexplicably high grade in.
I mean, you are a smart guy. I'm not shocked by that.
No, there's like, thermodynamics, you just need to know 3 things. You can't win, you can't break even, and you can't get out of the game.
The only way to win is to not play? Yeah. All right, moving on.
Yeah, that's how you win at thermodynamics. Never be born.
That's how you win at life. It's like an escape room for your soul.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, that area you circled down there where it's got like Harbor Island and all of Soto and both of our stadiums and stuff, that didn't exist. That was just like the mouth of the river.
All right, Hershey's acquired. I'm going to rustle this into the microphone and really enjoy it.
Ooh.
So this is, Seattle. So basically, the white people get here and they're like, all right, next slide, please.
That was fucked up of them to say, but sure.
Holy shit, there are so many trees. We should start cutting these down immediately. We can make so much money.
It's free real estate. It's free planks. It's free timber. We're inadvertently gonna name Skid Row that for skidding logs down it.
Yep, this is the original mill that was shipped. So they sent a steam mill here via boat from New York to build on the waterfront here, and this is the original mill of Henry Yesler. This is the end of Skid Road. This later becomes Yesler Avenue, which, if you've ever played Gran Turismo 4 and raced the Seattle circuit, you know that road, because it's the one where you like start cutting uphill right before you get to the cool jumps.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Yeah,
okay.
That's Yesler. Then we've also got like a really cool old skyscraper there, and whatever. That's Seattle geography, so you can place this if you've ever been here. So anyway, because the city is like an entirely old growth forest that was well taken care of by the native people for thousands of years.
Just dusting our hands and saying goodbye to all of that as it turns into planks.
It turns into planks immediately. The
city looks like
basically
some spruce pine fir to me.
Yeah,
with this one weird trick, an entire old growth forest can become a bunch of matchsticks. They used to cut down redwood trees for matchsticks specifically.
I do, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
God,
it was.
Yeah, they used to. I saw it on Looney Tunes. They put the whole thing on a lathe and carved it down to one matchstick.
All right, so I'm going through these chocolates here. I just have one quick question to Americans in general. Really, what the fuck is a Mr. Good Bar? Why does it have a title?
You ever heard of Dr. Pepper?
I mean, I guess, but why do you need your foodstuffs to think that they're better than me?
Is there a Mrs. Good Bar?
Yeah, Mr. Peanut.
When Woke 2
Mr.
shows
Goodbar
up,
is going out with the sexy green M&M.
Dr. Pibb.
When Woke 2 shows
sense,
up, they're gonna have to rename this to Mix Good Bar.
It's a non-binary good bar.
Oh yes, the MB bar, a nuttier bar for nuttier times.
Ooh.
I'm assuming kind of a Liam role of like derailing the podcast because that's what happens when you get a couple of drinks in me.
So,
I'm saluting. You can't see it because I had to turn my camera off for bandwidth purposes, but I am saluting.
The Mr. Good Bar will have to either change his. I don't know. Should we force Mr. Good Bar to change his pronouns? I don't think so.
Half the reason I like
Mr. Good Bar. Yeah, force Mr. Good Bar.
Half the reason I like Hershey's is that they've already got pronouns.
I don't know. This is an ethical question. I think that we'll have to ask.
I think it's ethical to force fed Mr. Goodbar. That's what you're asking me. That's what I wanted to say.
Americans, you fucking love discrimination so much that you've gerrymandered my bag of Hershey's miniatures here.
Oh yeah. No, we're the country with the problem with titles. Yeah.
This is supposed to be
and gender.
Okay. Yeah. This is supposed to be like regular Hershey's, whatever the fuck a crackle is. Hershey's special dark chocolate and Mr. Good Bars, and I would say this thing is like solidly 95% Mr. Good Bar.
No, but that is not a murderer's row of Hershey chocolates. I will send a care package. I am from Central Pennsylvania. I will get you the good shit.
Okay, yeah,
you
please,
go directly to Hershey Park to get like the good chocolate.
Yeah, you go to Hershey World, dude.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Hershey World?
Let me into your country.
Do you love the idea of going to the supermarket and getting like the C-listers bag of Hershey's?
That's what it feels like.
Well, listen, there were like 2 crackles, whatever the fuck that is, in here, and then it's like 95% Mr. Good Bar, and then like
here's what's left at the bottom of the bowl after Halloween when all the kids pick through to get the good shit out.
No, but when you come to the United States, I will take you to Chocolate World.
Oh yeah, we should all go to Hershey Park. Oh my god, that'd be so fun.
Yeah, we can put that on the corporate card.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
All right, cutting down all the trees in Seattle.
Yes.
Yeah.
For one toothpick.
Yeah. Basically, the immediately Seattle's entire purpose as a city is it's a frontier town that cuts down trees to ship lumber to California. Although there are ships that send lumber as far afield as Alaska and Hawaii and even Australia.
Doing the Monty Python lumberjack song joke for this because Seattle as it became.
What?
Never mind.
Oh God, is that? Oh no, I blocked that from memory. I'm sorry.
Oh.
It took me a minute to realize what you're talking about. That's a British thing. I don't fuck
Yeah,
with
what
that
if our
here.
beloved comedy was like transphobic, you know?
Every single time somebody's like, "Oh, I remember this beloved British media property. You should check it out." And I watch it. It takes me 45 seconds to hit the most offensive transphobic joke I've ever seen in my life. It's like the only American who ever got close is Matt Groening, and it still took him like 3 seasons to get to a point where he was comfortable working them in the writer's room.
That's right.
Whereas like every single British thing, it's like, hey, what are you doing today? It's like, I'm out of ideas. What if women were actually guys?
Yeah. I'm from hell. I'm from Waterloo, where the vampires hang out.
When I came to visit you this summer, and we land in, my wife and I land in Glasgow, and we're sitting on the plane for a while. I got to go to the bathroom. The first thing that struck me about the country, even before I noticed how bad the airport was that every single restroom is signed with females. And I was like, so much just made sense.
Hold on. We got to compare notes here. The Glasgow airport versus the Edinburgh airport, which is where I came in. Edinburgh, it looked like the Top Gear Technology Center. It was just like a shed.
They kind of both are.
The Glasgow airport just kind of felt like it was like it reminded me a lot of like the shitty unremodeled parts of O'Hare, where it's like wow, this was a nice airport in like 1963. Except they didn't build more or make any part of it nicer. The whole thing just looked like 1963.
All right,
well, we're bringing the social attitudes back too.
Yeah, Edinburgh was like, nah, this is just a shed. I was like, the thing that really struck me is like the customs area was like, gee, I could just probably walk around this, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, like we kind of stopped bothering to enforce customs stuff once we were in the EU, and now we've left. We can't afford to start, so
so we're just in limbo. I will be right back. Keep going.
All right. Well, the thing that strikes me here, sending lumber to Alaska, you know, that feels a bit like sending, you know, coals to Newcastle, you know.
Yeah, but you don't have the mill, and then they'd have to send the mill.
Not.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's trying to mine gold up there when there's all these trees around, you know.
Well, they weren't doing that yet. That comes later. That's another big part of Seattle's history, which we do. You know, you're ruining the episode. I gotta get to that.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Anyway, so they make a lot of logs. That's like the history of Seattle. Is white people get here, they're like, damn, look at all these trees. Let's cut them all down, and they start doing that, and Seattle becomes a timber city. So next slide, please.
I like these woodcuts. These are very pleasing, even though these came out of like an old growth tree.
Yes. Yeah, this is actually from Harper's Magazine in 1870. And this is what Seattle looked like in September of that year. Now you'll notice that these houses are kind of like, they go up the hill a lot. And then there's even more trees behind it, and it's even steeper. If you've ever walked around the city of Seattle, it's very, very hilly. And you can kind of, you know, if you look at that topography map, I had a few slides that you can tell, like it's because it was, you know, glacially carved, just sort of like a big mess of hills.
Is this why you kept saying Glasgow reminded you of Seattle? Is that it's hilly, cold, wet, and full of polycules?
Yes. Yeah. No, that is actually entirely it. Also, yeah, I don't know. Everybody was kind of nice. I really loved Glasgow, except for the airport.
It's a good city with a weird airport. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
But I mean, like, me ever comparing anything to Seattle is very high praise. I do love it here. But yeah, Glasgow did kind of remind me a little bit of it, and a lot of it is because it's incredibly steep everywhere all the time.
I liked the weird mall.
Oh, the St. Enoch Center. Yes.
The St. Enoch Center.
What if we built a gigantic... We didn't, no. What if we just built a gigantic glass pyramid?
That you have to drive through to get into.
Yes. It's a good mall, and they're demolishing it any second now.
Oh, God. Can't have
anything.
Also
in Seattle, because they're just sending out timber, you know, you want to be as close to the water as possible so you can just float the logs. So they just started building the city directly into kind of like tidal flats.
Right.
And so, you can kind of see like here, there's got like stuff on piles right, basically built on the water.
Empire of mud, just kind of doing like mud Venice.
Yeah. And so, and the tides were really big. So, because the Puget Sound is part of the ocean. So like it would flood all the streets. That were kind of like at this original part of the city, like at water level, built into the mud flats. And in this era of extremely early plumbing, they basically just ran outhouses downhill via wood pipes into Elliott Bay, and then they would just dump the shit and piss into the water, and then the tide would come in and it would flood the muddy streets with shit and piss.
Yeah, white people have showed up to bring you civilization in the form of cutting down your entire forest and filling the sound with piss.
Yeah,
and shit.
Of course, log rolling.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really relevant to the episode, but I was curious, and so when I was doing the research for this episode, it took like 1 year of being chartered as a city for white people to be like, okay, we're going to kick out all of the native people who live in the city limits.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, they ended up having to recharter the city again for some weird reason, and they tried again late. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad because it was like the first thing they did. The streets are still full of shit and piss, which seems like it should have been a more urgent concern. I think it was still like during the Civil War, and they're like,
you're
we gotta,
so racist that
so
like
racist with it.
your sort of first concern, the thing that's more sort of repulsive to you than the shit and piss, is.
And this was when this is the other thing that's so ironic about Seattle is its name is taken from one of the chiefs of the area that was like friendly with like white settlers, and they were taken. I believe it was like basically concurrent. The city took the name of the chief and then also was like, we're also going to kick out everybody who lives here already.
It's a very American process.
White.
Yep.
Yeah. It is bleak. And then of course, anyway, next slide, please. This is what is basically now First Avenue in 1878. So this is 8 years after the Harper's Wood cut. And as you can tell, like they've begun to, regrade the city a bit. The buildings are all kind of lifted on stilts. The road surfaces and the sidewalks are all elevated to get them out of the mud flats. There's, and they do this for a lot of like low-lying stuff down by where the mill is. So they keep kind of the same topography in terms of like the ground is still below and muddy, but the people are no longer walking through shit and piss to get to their, shoe store or whatever.
Yeah, just stand on this kind of precarious pile that's like balanced in the mud.
Yeah, and the other thing too that's worth noting is because trees are everywhere and the city is founded around a mill, timber is free. So the road surface, the sidewalks, the road supports, all of the buildings, all of the framing, everything in this picture is made out of wood. There's like three.
What's the title of this episode again?
The Great Seattle Nothing Happened of 1889.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
The Great Seattle Polycule of 1889.
Oh
God. There's like 3 brick buildings in the whole city. There's not. It's so we basically it's.
But you got to get the bricks up there for one thing, and why would you do that when a wood building is
so much wood?
Fine and also insanely cheaper?
Yeah, yeah, and doesn't need to be transported. And there's no masons in the city. Everybody's like a woodworker or carpenter because it's like that's why you'd come there. Because again, next slide, please. So this is Seattle, June 5th, 1889. A picture of a block that is going to become important in one day.
I like,
I
like this picture.
The city is getting more. Yeah, it's
so many
shot.
Damn telegraph wires everywhere.
Yeah, this was the posting of its day. We should have your internet should come to you through like a wire arrangement this obvious and striking.
Yes.
We still have we still have trolley buses here, and so there are some intersections where you get to see all the wires up above, and it does fill me with that kind of like childlike wonder.
Yeah, I like this though. It contains the sense of busyness,
Telegraph pole with like 45 horizontal doohickeys and a million wires on it.
Yeah, so the city is developing into something a little bit more like a city. You know, I think at this point, 1889, it's got like 30-ish thousand people living there. They're estimating, but you know, it's still like dwarfed by like SF. You know, it's not quite a frontier town anymore, but it's also not really a huge like a real city. And you know, this, because it had kind of developed so slowly and so sort of like built on top of each other, you know, they're lacking a lot of stuff you would hope a city in the late 1880s would, you know, have at this point. Notably, like a centralized water system. There's a
just
bunch
go down to the mud flats of the bucket and grab yourself some good old American mud.
Well, that's kind of what they. I mean, that's salt water, but there was like other like tributaries they were kind of pulling from, and there's like some springs nearby, and so they've got like 6 different sources for water, and some like water towers, like way uphill, and they're all of these water sources are run through hand-hewn hollowed logs for pipes.
Yes.
I found sources that said
really
that there were thousands of feet of these.
Wooden plumbing.
Oh, no, this is a bragging thing. Hold on, I got to figure out when the last wooden pipe was taken out of service here.
While you do that, I've just completed.
Spoiler alert, but I think it was probably shortly after June 5th, 1889.
While you're working that one out, I've completed my Hershey's miniatures audit, and let me tell you, the results are atrocious. Regular Hershey's, we got 8. Dark Hershey's, we got 18. Mr. Goodbar, we got 24, and then a single Crackle.
You got absolutely hosed.
I have been
that's terrible.
generationally shafted. My ancestors are feeling this one.
Okay,
and,
so we
and
don't
the Crackle's
know.
like the only one that seems good.
Yeah.
Well, it's not true. I like the regular Hershey's, but like still.
Ugh.
It appears that we don't know if any wooden service pipes are still in service, but one was dug up in 2017.
Seattle moment. Yeah.
Wood supremacy.
Well, it was just kind of like, you know, it's there, and you know, I guess we should plumb stuff. And it none of this, like, Seattle was not ever intended to become a city. They were just like, oh, it's a frontier town, you know. But I think it was like, I'm gonna get the dates wrong because I didn't write all of this down first. But you know, for most of the 1870s and going into the 1880s, the Seattle population was like 10 or 12 men to every 1 woman. Like, it was just dudes cutting down trees.
Guys being
some people are gonna have to transition. Like,
this is why they invented it then.
One of Seattle's biggest early businesses next to logging was like running brothels, because there was such a shortage of women.
Episode.
Yeah, it was, you know, there's a good crossover. It was very, everybody was like, damn, there's no ladies here, and they hadn't figured out how to distill the estrogen out of horse piss yet. So
thank you to whatever horse piss scientist or fetishist or both enabled the creation of the modern T-girl.
that was like ancient Greeks. I'm taking credit for that one. That's us.
Thank you, ancient Greek T-girls, for inventing modern T-girls.
Anyway, so, you know, hand-hewn.
Greatness consists in planting a tree whose shade you will never live to sit under, or something.
They would be so proud of like the messy ass gay lesbian drama we've got going on in the city.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that is what they
yeah. Whenever like
for.
Politicians are like, oh, we're like the ancient Romans or the ancient Greeks, it's like, no, bullshit. We're like the ancient Romans or ancient Greeks.
Yeah. At some point I was thinking about, I turned 30 recently, which means that my mortality feels so real because I feel so
trust me,
old.
wait until you're staring down the barrel of 35.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm hearing a lot of hollow laughter from our own comment section. So
yeah, I know that I'm not like, you know, that old, but also like I finally get to look back at my 20s and say like those were a thing that happened. Nothing else is being written into the book of my 20s.
As a trans woman, like hitting your 30s or your mid 30s is like, oh shit, I get to be one of the red dots on the plane that wins arguments.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking back and I'm like, Jesus, I feel like I used to read like stories about like, queer life in like the 60s or 70s or whatever. And I was like, this seems wild. These people had like crazy lovers and they were like bouncing around the country all the time. And they like, they had got laid constantly and like did like all of this crazy shit, right? And had completely unconventional careers and existed basically outside of all of like what felt like proper society. And then I look back at my 20s, I was like, oh shit. Cool. that worked out better than I thought it was gonna.
I like being in my 30s better than being in my 20s. I'm just gonna say that.
I'll die alongside you.
And I hope you treat this in the kind of spirit of admiration in which it's sort of conveyed. You have old man spirit.
Yeah, Ross, you were born.
That's true.
65 years old.
Yeah, that is accurate. Yeah.
Came out of the womb with like a model train in one hand
and a beer in the other.
A cup of decaf coffee in the other.
Half calf.
No. Yeah, exactly. Give me half calf, not decaf. I'm not.
Those were his first words.
Mama, what is this, small calf? Mama. Just vibrating off the ceiling.
Some people say that you shouldn't feed a newborn baby espresso.
Some people are cowards.
Those people are not Italians.
Ross, you are 0% Italian.
I'm 0% Italian, but I enjoy going there.
I hate that the federal government keeps making us put what percent Italian we are in the podcast.
It's like a Carlet Monroni label in here. Yeah.
I don't know how much like Moretti I have to drink to get my numbers up.
Quite a bit. Start chugging, girlfriend.
I got 5% other Western European, so plausibly there's Italian in there.
I'm
95% British and Irish. I am of the people who heard that in it, like, who survived like famines and revolutions and restorations and wars, and were told that an entire new world had opened up, and went, nah, I'm gonna stay.
I'm gonna vomit. That's so fucking funny.
I have the complete opposite of a spirit of adventure in my heredity.
Just leave me here, man.
Just like, no, I like it here, or I don't, but I'm not gonna get in a boat.
I think that's a big one. No, I don't think I've ever seen like what I would describe as like joy at waking up in like the UK from British people.
God, can you imagine?
Like it seems like every single person in the entirety of the British Isles like wakes up and they're like, fuck. Every day.
Yeah, and I'm the descendant of hundreds of years of people continuing to do that long enough to have children.
Like, damn, the sun's not going to come up for another 5 hours.
Well,
It's
going to be there for 25 minutes.
Still better than going to America.
Yeah, well, the thing about Americans is that like they're like the Northern Pacific Railroad, and that they just have to keep moving west until they finally hit salt water, and then be like, well, I'm still me. I guess I got to deal with my shit now.
Is it more inspirational if I become an American at this point, and I like go to America, and I'm the first in like hundreds of years of people who is like, yeah, actually, fuck this country. Like, it took this long for one of us to cotton on that it's shit and it's going to stay shit.
You
forever.
don't want to come here now.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to come in now, but like once the sort of peaceful transfer of power happens.
Surely, which it surely will.
You could come to America. You could build a new life. You could build a business. You could become the first trans woman in America
to start a podcast.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I managed to like start a new life and a business with Americans without ever leaving home, which is
that's a good point. Yeah,
a fucked
generational
way of doing
run.
It. Yeah. All right, so about this wooden plumbing.
Oh yes. Yeah, so the wooden plumbing. I didn't even get to the good part yet, which is that every single water source is privately owned, and so there's like 6 different companies.
Oh, good! It's like municipal railways. Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 6 different companies all competing with one another to be the source of water for your building. Ish. I mean, I'm oversimplifying for humor, but yeah, you get the idea. It's
We would never
a
do
Yeah,
mess.
like
There's no
entirely like parallel networks of water pipes and all that sort
also
of shit.
like it's
yeah.
not like a super profitable thing to like install fire hydrants. They don't really start doing that until like the late 1880s, and then they like put up like 5 of them, right? Like there's nowhere near the density you would want for a city made entirely out of timber.
Well, you get a fire hydrant opposite the house that like is too rich to afford burning down, you know?
Yeah.
But then you also have like the issue that, that's a high pressure system and that's hard to do with wooden pipes.
Yeah. Well, so in 1889, there was actually a ballot issue to municipalize all of the water system, bring it under, central governmental control and unify it. But before they could get to the election, next slide, please.
Oh boy.
At 2:15 p.m. on June 6th, 1889.
Oh, we got it real fucking quick, huh?
In the basement of a shop.
Yeah, why do you think I've been doing so many bits about how many fucking Mr. Good bars I have?
Yeah.
in the basement of a shop on the corner of what is now Madison and First, John Back is working with a hot glue pot. This exact hot glue pot, actually, it is the
they saved the glue pot. That's cool.
Is the property of the Museum of History and Industry on Lake Union. You can go visit the glue pot.
Save this glue pot. It's going to be historic.
John Beck is working with this exact hot glue pot in a room whose floor is covered in turpentine-soaked wood chips.
Oh, good.
Yes.
That's just how I like to work.
And the glue pot gets hot, so somebody covers it up with a wooden plank because it's around. There's wood everywhere.
Yeah.
And then the wood spontaneously ignites because the pot got too hot. And so somebody else gets the idea, like, okay, let's throw cold water on this. And the glue fire scatters all over the room and ignites all of the turpentine-soaked wood chips on the floor. And
it's gone poorly.
June 6th, 1889 suddenly becomes a lot more important of a day.
Would you believe that the corner of First and Madison is now a coffee shop? A likely thing to exist in Seattle, Washington.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, go cracking.
Shout out to, I guess, Storyville Coffee. Corner of First and Madison.
Fuck you and your third wave bullshit.
pick a tendency and stick with it.
I have no idea about anything about that coffee shop, but I assume there's third wave nonsense.
I'm looking through their windows right now.
I'm in your walls.
Again, the future is weird. I've started a podcast. Started a business with like Americans on the internet. And also I'm doxing a coffee shop on the internet. There's a guy drinking and driving in the Street View on this. He's got a bottle up to his face, and they pixelated his face and the. It might just be a water
pixelated
bottle.
The bottle. Damn, I want to know what he was drinking.
I still want to believe.
Raspberry Absolute.
Oh no!
That man actually will not be a man much longer.
I taste it every time you mention it.
Ooh, yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah. So anyway, the floor full of turpentine and glue.
Oh, so a citywide game of the floor is lava. Yes.
I've got if you're curious, I've got an interview with John Back directly from the Seattle Post-Intelligencer. If you'd like his direct thoughts on the matter.
Absolutely.
It's 1880s newspaper interview, so don't get your hopes up too high. Quote, I cut some balls of glue and put them in the glue pot on the stove. I put in some shaving where there was little fire, and then went to work about 25 feet away near the front door. After a while, somebody said, look at the glue. Another fellow, a Finlander from New York, this is pointed out in the newspaper story. I told you everybody here is like, we got a ton of Nordic people. It's super cool. Then took a piece of board and laid it on to smother the glue, but the board caught fire. Then I ran and took a pot of water to smother the fire and poured it all over the pot of glue, which was blazing up high. When I threw the water on, the glue flew all over the shop, into the shavings, and everything take fire.
It was all the Finns' fault.
Yeah,
I can't believe a Finlander would do this. You have to know it was this one fucking Helsinkian.
He did. I was curious. He did actually. He just disappeared from records. I thought he left the city.
Dastardly.
I guess he kind of felt bad. For reasons that will become obvious shortly.
Interviewed by name as starting the subject of a Well, There's Your Problem episode. It's not looking good for you.
Yeah, it's like,
hi, Bert.
Was that
It's
Bert?
Bert.
Oh,
It was his
Happy
birthday this weekend.
His birthday?
Everybody sang him a song, and we got him some choo-doos, and he got a catnip
Oh,
banana.
no, it's not.
Don't rub your face in the microphone, dude. Anyway, next slide, please.
The Finn returned to his natural habitat, the cold
Sniping
forest.
at Soviets.
Yeah. The thing is, he had a sort of miswiring of the Scandinavian brain thing, where there's a switch in your head that makes you try and kill as many Russians as possible. In this case, it's like makes you try and kill as many Seattleites as possible.
Well, he could have. He just had a really bad. He was like, I gotta destroy every timber building I see.
Geographically
Boy, did he do a good
closest
job at
city
that.
I'm in to Russia needs to be destroyed right now.
So the fire starts. So Seattle only has a volunteer fire department, right? It's kind of like a holdover from the pioneer days. We're like, well, we don't really need like an actual we don't got to pay for firefighters.
It's also like as you're growing into a city, it's also a fun patrician thing you can do, right? Like being in the night watch, like in that Rembrandt painting, is to be like, I'm in the volunteer fire department.
It depends on the fire department. 19th century firefighting is interesting. I don't know about Seattle. I do know about Philadelphia, where it's essentially just ethnic gangs.
Oh shit!
Who all hated each other.
Yeah, as God intended,
it's on
by
fire.
the
Call
way.
the Finnish fire department.
No, you would have like multiple fire companies show up, and the first thing they would do was vandalize each other's equipment.
Bring that back. We can bring this back. We can restore American greatness, which is taking a Halligan tool to the Serbian fire department.
No Bosniak is going to extinguish this fire.
Hey, Justin,
you've never even conceived to be possible before.
Justin, have you ever thought about what it would be like if you were from Herzegovina?
Would you like to?
Because
say that again.
Because you would be Justin Bosniak.
Oh God. God damn it.
I gotta have about 2 drinks before recording more often.
Like about 2.
I mean, okay. I should have 2 drinks before recording more often.
I approve.
Can't believe these
Can we
Croats
put the
are
gin
trying
and
to...
tonics on the work card?
Yeah,
I mean, shit,
trying
man.
to,
fucking anything on the work card.
So the place where I had the gin and tonics, right? I was on my second gin and tonic when I turned to look at the wall behind me because someone I was with pointed it out. It was covered in tin types of like old police officers. So I think I may have gotten tipsy in a cop bar.
Oh,
yeah, well, it happens. Cops go to lots of bars.
Yeah, we've done it.
That's true.
Yeah,
I'm not proud of it.
but they're not as bad as those dirty Serbs.
These YouTube comments are not going to be kind to us.
That one's
we're
getting
going to lose
timestamped.
Liv Agar. Wait, isn't she Croatian? I don't remember Liv Agar's ethnicity. Frankly, it'd be weird if I could.
Yeah. Her ethnicity is Canadian.
That's true. That is true.
Well, so I don't think if Seattle did have like rival ethnic gangs of like firefighters, I don't know about it.
They came together like the warriors in this moment
to fail miserably.
Yeah,
crucially,
we got both kinds. We got Norwegians and Swedes.
It takes them half an hour.
I will see you out on the street.
Having a kind of Glasgow like school playground argument to discover whether or not a Serbian counts as Swedish or Norwegian.
Yeah, we'll take them. We'll take them. Don't worry about that. We'll take them.
It takes half an hour for them to find where the fire is.
It's in the glue. Weren't you listening?
Well, because the fire is like started in the basement of this building, which is like below grade. So they're kind of outside seeing all the smoke looking for fire and they can't find it. And by the time they finally
raise the streets, right?
Yeah. By the time they finally do, by ripping up part of the sidewalk boards to like go looking for where the fire is at, the fire has already burned through the wooden basement wall that it was in and started to burn into the next one. And it's also caught the underside of the street on fire.
That's some Inception shit. They're like,
yeah. Yeah,
the
like
bottom
so
of the street you're on is on fire.
Yes. After they've pulled up the sidewalk, they're like, oh shit, this is on fire.
Technically, you're now being like grilled at that point.
Gently, I suppose. Yeah.
Broiled?
It's like how they make a Whopper. It's like flame grilled.
I get, yeah, you'd be flame grilled. Yeah, if you were under the sidewalk, you'd be getting broiled.
Yeah.
So the firefighters find where the fire is finally after half an hour of letting it burn through the basement wall and into the the building. And they're
More
like, oh, shit,
the firefinders.
This photograph is taken like a couple hours in when it's like, oh, this is a problem actually. You can see the massive crowd that is gathered to be like, damn, that's a crazy fire.
Going out in the street to be like, damn, that's crazy has been one of the great American activities of all time.
I didn't have Netflix yet.
I mean, even that now you do have Netflix, well, Americans, you'll still go out in the street and be like, damn, that's crazy.
And it's like a frontier town, so there's not like a ton to do besides like drink and gamble and I guess go to the brothel. And
I would definitely be gambling on how big the fire would get.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the poly market was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know it is. It's Seattle. Fuck you.
Oh.
So the firefighters tap into the hydrants, of which they can find like 3 because there's hardly any in the city. And they start spraying the fire down, and then they lose all pressure immediately. And they're extremely confused about this. According to Paige Olson, who runs the Last Resort Fire Department, which is a historical society that's got a bunch of vintage like fire trucks and stuff in Seattle.
God, that's cool. You can just do anything.
I need to go. I tried to visit for this episode, but because of the holiday, I couldn't actually get in to see them because they're open for like 1 day a week. Because it's a very small group, but they do have an Art Deco fire station full of like vintage fire trucks.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I gotta go. Well, we could do that as we come to Seattle and we'll go visit the vintage fire department.
I'm trying. Together. Americans, please, peaceful transfer of power.
Yes,
or at least a border permeable enough to like smuggle me over.
Paige's theory on this is that basically the fire has eaten away at the underside of the street enough that it's actually caved in a bunch of the wooden supports for the wooden pipes and started burning through all of it. And so it's lost the system loses all pressure. The sole pump house in the city is now just spitting water back out into Elliott Bay instead of actually like pressurizing the hydrant system. And at this point, the firefighters are like, oh shit. There's a direct quote from the Seattle Post-Intelligencer. A cheer rose from the crowd as the beat of engine number 1 was heard, and 2 streams of water were turned onto the fire. But the cheer of hope died away in a wail of despair when after a few minutes pumping the streams, they became so weak that they did not reach the top of the building, showing that there was no water with which to fight the fiend of fire.
Again, great street theater to be like, whoa.
Well, no, it gets better. At this point, the massive crowd begins heckling the firefighters.
Yes, an American tradition.
So they're like they're getting spit at. Meanwhile, they're trying to run hoses out to the Elliott Bay to go just suck up seawater, but it's low tide, so it takes them like another half an hour to run a hose down there.
Guy in like fire boots having to like inch his way over a mud flat to get to the water. Cool.
Yeah.
While being hackled. Like
people are throwing garbage at you.
Getting batteries thrown at you and shit.
That's our thing.
Sorry, I don't know what they throw at you, and getting like estradiol vials thrown at you.
Just nailed with carabiners.
Batteries.
Somebody says, "No, this is the current modern day equivalent." Somebody writes a call out post for you.
Actually, the Seattle Fire Department is contributing to an era of unsafety.
A Seattle Fire Department can't get it up. Damn.
You would have been a way better firefighter hackler than me.
So at this point, by the time they finally actually have water, the fire is spreading through basements and under the streets, and advancing like in all directions at once. There's not like any single direction because it's just sort of burning in a big circle. So next slide, please.
I've had RimWorld games go like this.
Yeah, so the fire reaches the next block where it reaches the Dietz and Meyer liquor store. And of course,
They know Watson.
Yeah, what?
Oh, I was thinking Dietz and Watson, the meat purveyor, the meat guys. Yeah.
Oh no, these
guys. They're meat guys.
Yeah. Welcome to Philly, asshole.
Yeah. You don't got a meat guy? Come on.
Not a real.
I don't got a meat guy. I'm sorry.
You gotta get a meat guy.
I'm fucking trying. What do you think I'm on the apps for? Jesus.
Yep.
Someone to provide you with delicious deli meats.
Well, that too. I should be on an app for that, actually.
Yeah, no, there should be an app for that. Actually, a man just comes and provides you with wonderful deli meats.
Well, it'd be Instacart if Instacart
Slicer,
works.
but spelled without an E. So at this point, the heat of the fire explodes a bunch of barrels full of whiskey in the basement of the liquor store.
No,
which obviously is just like a shit ton of fuel to the fire, and it's very intense at this point.
It's like, why does this fire smell so much like artificial raspberry flavoring?
What's happened to me?
Oh, whiskey, no.
And chronology is please forgive me, because the chronology of this is a little mixed, because like the reporting on even who started the fire or where it started wasn't correct, and for like weeks afterward it was kind of chaos. But at some point around now, the very massive ornate opera house burns down, and everybody's kind of like, oh shit, because that was actually a well-constructed building, unlike the rest of these like storefronts are just kind of all burning through. These were all, a lot of this is kind of like, yeah, we threw up this shack as fast as we could. That one was actually a building that they were like, oh, it's got like nice thick windows and walls, and we care about it. And that catches fire and burns down. They're like, okay, this is gonna be an actual problem.
Yeah, no, this is not. No one's stopping this thing. Yeah,
yeah. Well, and making matters worse, the fire chief Hosea Collins is at a reportedly. I don't know. Like some people insist this isn't true. I saw it in enough sources that I'm going to say it's true. He was at a firefighting convention in San Francisco when the fire broke out.
Now, I mean, considering how the fire in San Francisco went a few years later, I don't think he learned anything.
No. Well, but the thing about the San Francisco fire, right, is like if it hadn't followed like an 8.5 magnitude earthquake, it would be like, yeah, it was mismanaged. But like here they had every chance possible to stop this first.
It's just going to your 1880s firefighting convention, and a guy takes the podium, fires up 1880s PowerPoint, and the slide just says nothing we can do. Throws his hands up and like gets a round of applause.
Yeah, and then the next slide says, that Croats are dog people and Serbs invented bread.
The problem is like it's a sort of
question mark.
It's a like a weekend convention, but the actual 2 weekend days of that are taken up with like inter-ethnic fighting.
Slurs you've never heard of.
Yeah, you get like some slides, some presentations on like the Friday evening. And then Saturday morning through to Monday morning is just fisticuffs. Yeah.
Slurs.
No, that was actually a serious problem. At least in Philadelphia, was fire companies going and trying to burn down each other's fire stations.
Hell yeah!
Of course, we attack them with their most hated enemy, fire.
Sometimes they would steal each other's fire engines.
Being a firefighter arsonist is some real like Oppenheimer trying to harness the energy of the gods type shit, you know? It's like I fight the fire, but I also, I use the fire to
am the fire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now I am become Croatian, destroyer of fire stations.
Yeah, so the fire chief is gone, out at his firefighting convention. Some people say it was a wedding. I like to believe it was a firefighting convention.
Why not combine the two? You know,
getting married.
They were trying to unite 2 disparate volunteer firefighting corps.
Yeah, Serbs and Croats.
doing Romeo and Juliet, but the Montagues and Capulets are different fire companies in 19th century Philly. I would watch the fuck out of that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, they're like Poles and Ukrainians.
In many ways, it's fucked up that the Ukrainians are in a sort of like fight for their life against the Russians when the kind of natural, instinctive enemy of the Ukrainian is the Pole. Yeah.
It's true, yeah.
And like now you're in a situation where the Poles are like, funding Ukrainian defense, and like no wonder the Polish right wing get mad about it because like that's like
listen, it's one of those things where it's like only I will defeat my nemesis. I don't need the Russians' help to do this.
Only I get to make mass graves of Ukrainians and then lie about it. Only me and maybe the boy, and by the boy I mean Lithuania.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the fire chief is gone. The brick opera house has burned down.
Oh no!
Fuck, my Mr. Goodbuzz.
Making things worse, the acting fire chief, James Murphy, was reportedly... They completely annihilated this guy in the press. The fairest description is that he was distraught.
Oh, so read like dead drunk.
Yeah, just absolutely like freaking the fuck out.
Dead to rights, right? Yeah.
Okay. So the mayor, Robert Moran, takes over, and he's like, "All right, it's time to break out dynamite. We have to blow up this block of wooden buildings.
Yeah,
that will stop the
just
fire."
rails a lot of cocaine. Guess what we're gonna fucking do, boys?
American mayors left to their own devices, even absent a firefighting situation, will be like,
cocaine.
"We have to blow up these poor people's houses with explosives."
No, that's the next time they use the dynamite. The first time was just wasn't poor people's housing. That's the next one. You gotta stick with me here because the fire immediately the fire blows directly over the new block of buildings they've just exploded. The streets are wooden. I don't know what they were expecting to fucking accomplish
we
here.
Gotta blow up some streets.
Would like to order cheesesteaks. Oh, sorry, I was texting. Sorry.
I like to read out my texts as I make them.
Well, my phone is upstairs, so I was using the watch feature.
What?
What? Nothing. Shut up.
I'm very
what
confused.
Kind of Pennsylvania secret agent bullshit is this that you get to say, I think we should order cheesesteaks into your wristwatch?
Go gadget cheesesteaks.
Shut up. Shut up. My phone is upstairs because it's charging. Because it's the fast chargers upstairs, right? Okay, great. Are you still with me? So my phone and watch are connected, so I can talk to text, and I can't be bothered to go upstairs to talk to my wife to order cheesesteaks.
I love our work.
So you talk into your watch, which sends it to your phone,
which sends it to my
AI
wife. It
orders you a single pair.
I'm gonna kill you. No, I'm leaving that.
First podcast to be destroyed by competing ethnic division.
Surely not the first.
One of us could steal all the Patreon money and start a microbrewery. You know?
Well, I mean, why do you think Chapo got rid of Virgil, Texas?
Because he's a pedophile?
No, I was referencing a different leftist podcast.
You're gonna have to bleep the word, and I'm gonna have to really insist that you called him a Croatian or something.
Hang on, not surprised.
Virgil Zagreb?
I just like
regions of Croatia. What's the most Texas like? What is the Texas of Croatia?
What is the Texas of Croatia?
Istria. Virgil Istria.
I just saw that movie a couple days ago.
Virgil Dalmatia? Virgil Slavonia? So anyway, everything's on fire and they're blowing up buildings.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, the thing is the fire is moving slow enough they can like get stuff out of some of the buildings because all of these hastily constructed shacks are made from old growth timber that would cost tens of thousands of dollars today. Because
good. I feel even better about this now.
The entirety of Seattle was covered in these like huge old gorgeous forests, and they tore them all down to make these hastily constructed shitty ass buildings. So the fire burns relatively slowly through them because the wood is so dense. And they try and save like a handful of buildings. They take the courthouse and they run a bucket brigade all the way up to guys on the roof who just pour water down the sides of the building to keep it cool enough from sparking. because the hoses don't have enough pressure to reach above the first floor at this point, and the courthouse is full of records, and they apparently were conducting a murder trial until like the fire was like 2 blocks away, and then they were like, all right, court's adjourned, we got to stop the building from burning down.
Also a good setup for a movie.
But also just like the most frontier town shit you've ever heard. This is just Seattle was like ruggedly clinging to the ways of the Old West by being stupid and obstinate to the last possible second. Then they decide, okay, let's blow up all the poor people's houses to try and save the mill. And it doesn't do anything except like prepare the city for what Robert Moses will do in another century to the same neighborhood. Which is just go through and blow up a bunch of people's houses.
Hi, Bert.
Bert is back. Hi, Bert.
We're a strongly pro-Bert podcast.
Yes.
Pro-Bert, anti-Robert Moses.
To be clear, if you're writing in the comments, Bert is spelled with a U.
Yes, he's named for Burt Reynolds. Mm-hmm. His full name is Bartholomew Reynolds.
Oh.
He is 7. All right. Anyway, sorry, I'm distracting myself.
No, it's my fault. What I've done is I've introduced a bonus episode energy into the mainline episode. So if you're on the fence about subscribing to the Patreon, it's all like this.
Yeah.
If you like this, if you like this, subscribe to the Patreon. If you don't like this, subscribe to the Patreon anyway, please. But you're not going to enjoy it. No.
Yeah, just give us money anyway.
Subscribe to the Patreon because it's helping pay my rent while I'm,
for real
guest hosting, and that's praxis actually to fund a trans woman's apartment in Seattle.
It is.
I think that's true.
This is true.
It is. Anyway, so yeah, I actually, speaking of Seattle and places, I don't live that far from here. It's kind of cool. I like went down there and had a coffee like as I was writing these slides. When I went to the library that's like 2 blocks away to research this episode with their files in the city. This is fun. But anyway, so at this point, they blown up a couple blocks of houses, and they're like, "This isn't working. The whole city's gonna burn down." So people like take their either try to grab their valuables and run up into the hills, basically outside of the city, or they put it all on a wharf to take it out into the middle of Elliott Bay, where the water would protect them. But of course, like it's unclear how well this worked. Contemporary reporting wasn't like, some people were like, oh, they saved most of the valuables, and some people were like, everybody lost everything, and I wasn't quite sure which was true.
This would be a great time and place to start stealing.
Yeah.
All of the wharves burned to the ground, and yes, on that note, they at this point the fire is audible for miles in any direction because of how loud it's just like all of these buildings burning are. They could see smoke in Tacoma, 30 miles south. They call in reinforcements from Portland and Victoria, British Columbia, not to help fight the fire, but to help prevent looting.
Fuck, they're onto my stealing idea.
Yeah.
Oh my god. God damn.
Next.
They're gonna bring in. I don't know, like some Italians or some Portuguese or something. My God,
they brought in Canadians.
Bert, I'm begging you, please stop. Anyway, this is I just put this slide in because I thought it was funny because the concept of an insurance company sponsoring this exhibition specifically was just made me chuckle.
It's like here's a time when we really ate shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the time the city that because this is for the Seattle Museum of History and Industry, who has the pot now, the glue pot. So this is just like, hey, you remember the time that the city you live in burned to the ground? You should buy home insurance.
I like the sort of illustration of all of these beautiful hose teams, working with their high pressure hoses that we know that they didn't have.
No, this illustration is very much like, oh wow, look at how valiant they were fighting the fire, and it's like now they just kind of had to give up. Like at this point, these guys are kind of like doing the like Chad versus soy, meme. Where they're sort of walking with their backs hunched over as they're getting heckled and pelted with trash.
Yeah, these guys aren't getting pelted with nearly enough trash.
Yeah, no. So, next slide, please.
Getting cold. Damn. They're getting called Macedonians.
So the fire burns until 3 a.m. June 7th, the next day. Exact amount of fire is a little bit hard to come by, but modern estimates are about 120 acres, or 58 blocks.
Jesus.
Plus, like, almost every wharf in the city. It burned down Yesler's Mill and a handful of other mills. It burns in a railroad station and, like, the railroad dock. No one dies.
Huh.
Which is
Nice.
insane.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, there's no like,
and you weren't getting any help from the firefighters because they were all sort of fending off garbage,
ethnic wars,
and doing ethnic wars.
Yeah.
Sauve qui peut, motherfucker. Like
it is estimated that 1 million rats died.
That is a real gross estimate.
That's a lot of rats.
Who volunteered that particular statistic? Just the rat man arrives in the offices of the Post Intelligencer to be like, by the way,
conducted a thorough census.
I'm missing 1 million rats.
Yeah.
The Pied Piper, what are you doing here?
I'm missing
Ratsgeorg walks into.
I am missing 1,000 instances of the end of the movie Wanted.
The end of the movie Ratatouille.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Another movie which features rats.
Yeah. That said, it does do $20 million in damage. Which
is that
inflation
accounting
adjusted
for the rats or nah?
No, I think that was actually a bonus. They were like, ooh.
That's a rounding error. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. They were like, ooh, now we won't get the plague. Because we finally got rid of our rat infestation.
$20 million of damage, 1 million rats worth of improvement.
No, all those rats were the Ratatouille rats. They fucked up the Seattle culinary scene for.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's why
decades.
It damaged the sort of haute cuisine of Seattle so badly that they had to set pig in Portland.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Anyway, the inflation adjusted, it's about $700 million worth of damage.
Jesus.
And of course, there's like next slide, please. There's like no city left.
I have to pee. I'll be right back.
Go pee. Go piss, girl.
Like that's looking out on the water. You can see that like everything is burned to the ground.
Yeah, that's matchsticks. Like,
should I wait?
No, it's fine.
No.
Okay. Oh, I mean, if you want to talk about like, give me some like Hershey's opinions or something of that nature, that's fine. We can do that. But
no, I have a Rudyard Kipling quote because he was doing a tour of the West Coast and went to Tacoma and then he stopped to refuel in Seattle.
Rudyard Kipling doing a tour of the West Coast, being like, "All right, so you guys think that you're casual racists. Let me introduce you to a professional racist, a ranked competitive racist."
This is how I know too much of my humor has come from listening to you make jokes on this podcast, because I was about to make the same fucking joke.
It's ultimately it's a sort of a closed loop. It's basically incest what we're doing here.
I listen to this show basically constantly.
You are my baby joke sister, and you have gotten all of your jokes from me, and that's fine. People will appreciate getting the jokes in stereo. Rudyard Kipling being like, I am so racist that I've written like poems, a form of racism that the American mind cannot comprehend yet. Just incredible. I mean, Americans did love to import a sort of British man of letters. Like Dickens came out there, and like a bunch of others. And yeah, I'm desperately curious what impression America left on Rudyard Kipling.
Well, so he visited it immediately upon it burning to the ground.
Okay, so probably not a great one.
So this is his quote. "Have I told you anything about Seattle, the town that was burned out a few weeks ago when the insurance men at San Francisco took their losses with a grin? In the ghostly twilight, just as the forest fires were beginning to glare from the unthrifty islands, we struck it heavily, for the wharves had all been burned down, and we tied up where we could, crashing into the rotten foundations of a boathouse as a pig roots in high grass. The town was built upon a hill. That is true. In the heart of the business quarters, there was a horrible black smudge, as though a hand, capitalized hand, had come down and rubbed the place smooth. I know now what being wiped out means. The smudge seemed to be about a mile long, and its blackness was relieved by tents in which men were doing the business with the wreck of the stock they had saved."
Incredible.
That's Rudyard Kipling upon seeing Seattle, which looked like this when he showed up. So yeah, it was pretty bad.
When he says hand with capital letters, you know what I'm thinking of?
No.
What?
That's right. It's Master Hand from Super Smash Brothers.
Next slide, please.
Final destination, no items, only fucked.
Yeah. Come out and fight, coward.
So June 7th, 1889, the day after, the embers aren't even cold yet, and all the businessmen in the city get together, and they're like, all right, let's do another one for real. That was a goofy one.
Do over.
Let's do a city for real this time. They mobilize the National Guard to looting. They do not declare martial law, although they do note the arrest of a man wearing 4 brand new suits at once.
Is it
my
illegal?
favorite trivia.
Yes,
on
that's
the
Is
not-
it illegal,
That's a crime
Your
now.
Honor, to look fly as hell?
Yeah, I didn't know it was a crime to have that shit on. Jesus.
It's called layering.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
Honor, they call me ranch because I be dressing.
So they take this. They keep more or less the same kind of like street grid, but they widen all the streets. They regrade up to 22 feet higher than the city previously was, which nowadays you actually go visit. It's like they call it the Seattle Underground tour because you can like see the original street level they built a bunch of the city at. And they just built all the streets over that, and that's
really
just kind of
cool.
like this.
I really hope the underground doesn't burn down again.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like they actually wrote a fire code, and like a building code.
Wow.
So all the new
Incredible.
buildings that they built had to be made out of brick. And they
Have
had
they
to be
considered having 3 fire codes, though?
All at
like,
once.
no, just the one.
They're like, we vastly need to increase the amount of bricks in Seattle. To
Yes.
which I say, open the border.
I had a joke in here for
There's a
that,
slide in there. Yeah, I noticed
but I was
that.
like,
and
I shouldn't say it. I
thought you might be doing a kind of like secret word thing where you're going to set up a klaxon the first time I made like a self-deprecating trans joke.
I mean, we should do that. I should have a soundboard that just like it does like the red alarm.
Hey, I mean,
like
this kind of self-deprecation pays my rent. do we need to start practicing like radical self-care and like being nice about ourselves, or would that make it
Don't.
worse?
I
like,
already have.
would that be the thing that like
No, then
dynamites the
we'll-
whole enterprise?
We'll all become like tech startup guys then.
Doing like wellness tips.
Yeah, no, you gotta, yeah, exactly.
You gotta give me.
have
I want some. Yeah, we gotta do the start there, and then I want fresh blood.
gotta
That's
have,
my next. That's my next.
Gotta have your blood boy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
need.
gotta
I want
have
somebody
a
just
little
like
bit-
Mad Max style.
if you don't have any self-love, if you don't have any self-loathing, that's a problem.
I think the world hates us enough. We don't need to like help them out.
I remember that time I got yelled at in the comments for telling November I loved her. I remember that.
Did you? I
Yeah.
don't remember that.
Yeah,
That
so it
sounds
was
about
like-
right, though.
So it was like, bros, I will fuck you up, buddy.
You express love in different ways. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah. You're not supposed to say that. It's supposed to be implied.
Fly these nuts. Next.
No, I'm the type of trans woman where like, for my birthday, Nova brought me out to Glasgow, and I got to like travel overseas for the first time, and I had this incredible time visiting all the museums and having all this fun stuff. And I was like, I don't know if she like actually likes me, or if we're just like, are we
God,
like really
Woman.
friends, or is she just like
Jesus
being nice
fucking
to me?
Killer nader. Jesus wept.
I saw a picture of everyone in front of the house and Gareth.
Yep. No, and the whole time I was thinking, I wonder if all these people like me, or if they're just kind of tolerating my presence. I'm probably really annoying them.
Yeah, no, remember how early on we joked that the podcast now is a project to make my self-esteem better? The thing that nobody tells you is that when you transition, there's actually a limited pool of self-esteem that trans women are allowed to draw from.
3
And so
trans women
me-
all passing the same self-esteem.
It's like
Yeah, roll
orange
it.
cats in the single brain cell. So like the more self-esteem I get, I actually drain it actively from November. Every day I wake up, I'm like, I feel pretty good about myself, and Nova's going to bed like, God, I fucking hate myself. Oh.
Yeah, that tracks.
Wasn't my turn to use the self-esteem.
Anyway, yeah. So they've instituted a building code. The city of Seattle. They're like, shit. That we could actually. What if we did like a real city this time? They vote on that. They vote on that water supply issue. It wins by 1875 to 51. So we get city water, and then they start doing the whole watershed
like
project.
having the city kind of having burned down the week before
everybody
kind of helps.
Every single one of the 30,000 citizens heckling the fire department, as they watch the hoses fail, probably did have something.
Macedonian dog boys, you're not very good at this.
A bunch of fucking Greeks down here.
hey.
Just rolling into the Seattle City Council meeting and being like, so 51 Bulgarians think we don't need.
Oh, we are gonna get yelled at.
Listen, if you're in the comments, if you're sort of patriotic for your country, whichever one it is, just say it's the best one.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, give us the engagement, you fuckstick.
I'm still clicking around the corner of First and whatever.
Yeah, honestly,
First and Madison, and we got a guy walking a tiny dog here, and we got a guy passed out at like in the front of the coffee shop.
Common Seattle scenes, yes.
Beautiful.
No, I was gonna say if we get enough into the like ethnic grievances, if we can really dig deep,
do that.
I think YouTube will start recommending this to people.
That's true. Well, the thing is, we've got to start offering like life lessons about trad masculinity or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like the superior European race is Romanian.
Clean your
I don't know what the
room.
superior European race is, but it is not Romanian, my guy.
I mean, I'm probably about as qualified as like Jordan Peterson to give masculinity tips.
Yeah.
It's Andrew Tate.
What would Jordan Peterson have made of the total rat genocide of Seattle in 1889?
Of like 90% of like masculinity influencers.
Cool.
I know how to change a flat tire. Allow me to be your father.
Yeah, sure. All right. I don't give a fuck.
What is this?
I know where the 7/16 wrench is. No, I don't know that actually. No, I lost that one.
It's in the
True men have two 10mm sockets, so they can lose both of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, they regrade the city. They got to build out a brick. Next slide, please. This is a map of the city shortly after the fire. All of those orange buildings are like basically new builds out of brick. So they revamp the whole city. The population expands massively because they bring in all of these like masons and bricklayers to like help rebuild. It goes from somewhere around 30,000 to 40,000 in the span of like a year.
Wow.
They rebuild everything. They didn't lose as much property as like they did during like say like the SF fire, or the same year actually Spokane and Ellensburg, two other cities in Washington, also burned down. And those they didn't have like the bay there to like throw a bunch of property into. It burned quicker.
Oh no, so theft.
So they were actually able to bounce back from this pretty quickly. Then the city is freshly rebuilt. There's a bunch of economic problems in the 1890s. We talked about that on the Cascades Derailment episode. But in 1897, the Yukon Gold Rush starts, and Seattle is like the last big city before you make it to the Yukon, and you have to like take supplies with you in order to be let into the Yukon. And so that's like becomes the resupply point. So by 1900, the city has 80,000 people. The population doubles in the span of a decade.
Wow.
Mostly just to supply these people who are all headed north to strike it rich, or much more likely die of exposure.
Strike it poor, yeah.
Strike it poor and die.
Strike it dead.
Sell shovels, dickheads.
Sell shovels is the motto of Seattle. Like every time it's got a population boom, it's because they don't. It's not like they found anything here where they're like, ooh, let's make money off this. They just were like, oh, let's let's just do whatever is hot right now. We got Boeing here. We have Amazon. They don't actually make anything. They just help the guys
sell
who
the
make
shovels.
things. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
What is this wacky bridge?
That is a rail bridge that connects. That was across the mouth of the Duwamish, which was still mud flat. So it's really shallow. So it's just a trestle.
So it's just
with like a little turny bridge in it.
Like a horrible trestle, and then you just go across, and then there's a pier on the other side.
Yep.
I like it.
Right where that is now, that's actually the West Seattle Bridge. There's a huge like interstate height bridge that big ships can get under, and then there's a couple of drawbridges still there for like local surface streets. But all of that, like where basically from everywhere that trestle comes out down to about the mouth of that river, that's all infill now, and we have like the stadium, and the like all of Soto, so a bunch of warehouses, all of that, car dealerships. Yeah, there's like a Lucid dealership there now. That's all infilled. Wow. And then we polluted the absolute hell out of the Duwamish, and that's probably another episode. It was a super fun site for a while. Still not great, but in any case, 1900, the city is expanded massively. They actually did build a real city. Next slide, please. So this is actually it today. This is the new buildings are what we call in Seattle now Pioneer Square, which is the oldest remaining district of Seattle.
Looks very nice. I want to move here and start dating between 8 and 16 puppy girls.
Yeah, that's what
too many people.
Well, nobody lives in Pioneer Square. It's just like where tourists go. That's like
okay,
we have the one pedestrianized street
on like 8 to 16 leashes, like that one photo of Daniel Radcliffe, and I'll take them to Pioneer Square. We can hang out, and then we go back to Capitol Hill and
For people who don't live in Seattle, I do actually see like trans men being walked on leashes, like not regularly, but not unregularly.
I thought there was like a greater Seattle polycule that you had to be a part of.
There isn't, and you should be scared of anybody who's telling you that you have to be.
Oh, I see. Okay. I don't know. I thought there was some kind of like dominant like political.
There's
force
several
there.
different. So there's a couple of different polycules. We all run a fire department.
Just stealing the engine.
Yeah.
But like it's a big ladder
you should
truck.
see it when the she/her company runs into the they/them company. My God, they're fighting each other. Oh wait, they're not. That's not fighting.
No, that's.
I didn't know you could use a hose that way.
The any pronouns fire company.
Yeah. So now we have
the ZZM, various neo pronouns.
Now we have now we've pedestrianized a few of these, and you can pretend that you live in a paradise where cars don't rule all of America. And walk around and see there's some like cool bookstores and stuff. It is actually kind of cool. Notably, like this is actually they almost bulldozed all of it in the 60s during another one of Seattle's growth periods because it was dilapidated and shitty, and it was full of queer people because that was the only place they could hang out and not get arrested. And then somebody big locally was like, no, we should save it, make it a historic preservation district. So they did, and then they pushed all the queer people out and arrested a bunch of them. So the queer people fled up into the city, and they learned to seek higher ground, and now they all live on Capitol Hill. Well, most of them. I don't. I used to live on Capitol Hill, and then the tech bros kind of encroached and pushed me out, so I'm like further down the hill now. But
nonetheless, queerness remains alive in Seattle, which is the
we have like 7 hills. You can just live on one of them.
So you gotta
look down at all of the like Microsoft guys commuting to their job in their car and as they seethe in traffic.
You gotta put the barricades up. You gotta.
Well, we got woke mayor. So she said that she's gonna help build more bus lanes. So I'm personally hoping that they dynamite all of Denny Way and replace it with a big bus lane.
Yeah. So we'll replace it with
one
IHOP
big
Avenue.
bus.
Yeah. Well, we're about to get that. We're like. In theoretically a couple of weeks, I'm hoping to be the first. I'm hoping to ride the inaugural like passenger journey. We'll see if I can actually swing it. But they're opening the 1-line, 2-line connection. So we have 2 trains. They go across the lake. They are connecting them with a floating bridge. It's actually the longest floating bridge in the world, or second longest. I can never remember. We have both of them. But it'll be the
not
first.
Become a Well, There's Your Problem episode.
It'll be the
that
first
would be dangerously
train
ironic.
running across a floating bridge in the world. I'm so excited.
Yes, it's the only train floating bridge in the world, I think, ever. I don't think anyone's tried it before.
Nope.
It's crazy.
And in traditional Seattle fashion, what we do is we do an incredibly cool engineering project. It takes 3 times as long as it should and like 3 times the budget. And then it opens and you're kind of like, well, this has some structural problems, but it is cool.
Yes.
So I'm excited to say that I was there. It's kind of like we hybridized the first of what is supposed to be a fleet of hybridized ferries recently, and I was on the maiden voyage, like hybrid voyage of that, and it was really cool. And then it's broken down like 3 or 4 times since then, and we won't have shore power to charge it with for like another 5 years. So it's kind of just like a really expensive project to like put a big battery that you can't really use.
We run the diesel engine in a slightly different way.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, the Great Seattle Fire was actually it's sort of like the perfect infrastructure project, and then a big disaster happens, no one dies, and then it creates so many jobs that everybody's actually kind of happy it happened. Like most businessmen were like, yeah, that's actually pretty cool that shitty old building I was in burned down. Now I get to like work in an actual store, and the sewage isn't flooding the streets, and the basements aren't made of wood.
Can't do that today because of woke.
No.
But
now you have to build some kind of like memorial or something, you know?
Yeah,
the like 1 million rats memorial.
You replace the whole burned area with a park.
Yeah.
The historic burned area district.
The burned over district.
Yeah.
That's in New York.
And then you start Mormonism.
Mm-hmm.
Future bonus episode whenever we don't bother to reach out to the Brigham Young money guys.
Seattle, part of the reason Seattle's so cool is that it's like the least religious city in America.
Huh.
Oh.
Nobody believes in anything here.
Open
the capital and puppy girls.
Open the border.
You're gonna have to go over there with a great white fleet. Open up the United States of America.
Yeah.
We would welcome you as liberators.
President Scheinbaum, my friend's country, the United States of America, yearns for freedom.
Yes.
My country, the United Kingdom, also yearns for freedom, and I, for one, will greet Mexican troops as liberators, provided they're not, the Mexican Navy who are here to kill me.
The Navy, yeah exactly. Well, they're offshore and they're on the boats. Well,
that's all I got.
It's crazy how all that happened.
We learned that it's actually sometimes good to burn a city to the ground.
It's part of the life cycle.
Yeah.
I wish it hadn't been made of old growth timber.
It's like the pine barrens, exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes if you don't burn a city to the ground, it never grows.
I still have like 50 fucking Mr. Goodbars.
You should heckle your volunteer firefighters.
Yeah, well, they're
yes, find new and exciting ethnic slurs to call them.
Develop a series of like inter-Balkan beefs to throw at your firefighter.
Do you hate Belarusians?
Not enough.
Yeah, talk to my dad about that. Something about collaborators. I don't know.
Yeah. Go back to Smolensk. Well, we have a segment on this podcast called Safety Third.
Shake hands for danger.
Dear Justin, Liam, and November.
No mention of Victoria. No mention of Devon. No mention of Sam, the research assistant. This is bullshit.
Yeah, not even Milkshake.
Oh.
Not even Bert.
Yeah, not even Bert.
And it's his birthday.
Yeah, Bert's
it's his birthday.
It's his birthday, yeah.
You didn't mention Corinne. It's her anniversary.
Fuck
yeah.
Her. Don't read this one. All right, yes. I'm ready. Hit me with it.
Many years ago, I worked as a student temp for my large state university.
Yeah, I noticed that LS and U are all capitalized.
Yeah, yeah. The go in dumb, come out dumb too. The union workers graciously taught us how to avoid danger. They swathed us with face shields and gloves and made sure we wore leather boots. I was chosen to mow lawns because I was a girl. My boss, a former Marine instructor, concluded that, whether for reasons of biology or socialization, young women do fewer stupid things than young men.
That is not true. The stupid things just present differently.
Yeah, that's a damn truth. That's it. I'm a moron, so also not young.
The last two student mowers were male, and each had flipped a tractor over.
Who amongst us?
Legends.
Yeah.
Men of class.
Yeah. One had mown a hill laterally and toppled sideways. The other had tried to pop wheelies and succeeded too well.
Yeah.
Just perfectly land in a way that compresses every vertebra in your spine, like Jeremy Renner.
Thus, notwithstanding my entire lack of driving experience, I was selected. I learned to back up small trailers and to start tractors with a cabinet key because the original keys had fallen out of the ignition switch into the grass, then to use a paper clip once someone lost the cabinet key. But I never flipped a tractor over. The union men allowed me to mow until noon because it's hot in the summer on large state universities' unshaded lawns, and they didn't want to give the temps sunstroke. I was trained by an honest-to-God horticulturalist how to correctly prune anything I could reach, and he didn't do a lick of work otherwise, but he did teach me the horticulture joke.
You can lead a horticulture, but you can't make a think. Sure. Yeah, it's a Dorothy Parker joke.
Yes. And he taught me to take breaks and drink fluids and not get heat stroke. This jolly occupation was ruined when large state university was selected to host a national convention of university housing departments, and we had to prepare for an onslaught of guests. Parts of large state university lie among squiggly country lanes and a superimposed military grid of roads 1, 2, and 3. Even locals get lost out there, so we needed signage for visitors, and my unit was lent to a different unit to create those signs. My new unit supervisor, John, was in a hurry, and our use of saber saws and spray paint did not meet safety standards, but no one made a fuss until John told the union men to cut lumber with a table saw. The shop steward said no, that was out of title work in a higher pay scale.
You need the International Brotherhood of Table Saw Operators.
Yeah,
yes.
Wrong union.
But they'd do it if John brought in a competent trainer to teach them to use the saw, because then they could boast that they had that skill in pursuit of other large state university jobs. Now, John said, "You need training to use a table saw? I'll show you how to use a table saw."
Pride cometh before the fingers come off.
The folks at the hospital reattached most parts of John's fingers. And during his recuperation, the department brought in a real trainer. The man learned to use a table saw with a guard. What did I learn? To seek union employment.
That's right.
I found state workers to be highly risk averse. They neither flip vehicles nor saw their fingers off. I retired with all my appendages.
That is union education. Why do you want a union job? Because you will have all of your fingers.
Perhaps young people listening to your presentations will take note. Thank you for your support of safety. From shop steward Sandra.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, unions, for being a sort of sterling example of their own necessity. That was beautifully told as well. This is the exact kind of length that we want. It was this is a really
comedic
good
timing.
Yeah, magnificent.
I like how it was implied.
Yeah, it's all done in implication. It's done in ellipsis.
It's fantastic. That was wonderful. Well, that was safety third.
Shake hands with danger.
Our next episode will be on Chernobyl. Does anyone have any commercials before we go?
Please come to the live shows. Please listen to all of the other podcasts.
Yes, listen to
happy
every
anniversary to Liam and Karen.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to Bert. And
made it with 7 minutes to spare, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Good
right.
night, everybody.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye.